Hello everyone, welcome back here to the channel. Welcome back for two-word phrases, my lesson for today, in two parts. The first part is going to focus on two-word phrases separated by and the second part, which will be in a separate video, are two-word phrases separated by or. So let's get started with our two-word phrases, which are very, very useful and very practical for English conversation and for your knowledge of using these phrases. I'm going to give you some example sentences as well as I introduce these. So we got that coming today. Very good. My name's Scott. Welcome back here to the channel. And let's go with our first two-word phrase, which is sick and tired. I'd like to work on the two-word phrases as far as any linking and pronunciation as well. So the first one is going to be sick and tired. I'm going to give you the meaning first. So to be sick and tired of something is not only you're sick of it, not only you're tired of it, but you put the two-word phrase here together and it makes it even a stronger situation. So you really had enough of this situation or whatever it is that you're sick and tired of. So as an example sentence, especially yesterday, it snowed yesterday. It's the end of March, but it snowed yesterday. So that's what we call bad weather. Another word for bad weather is foul weather as well, foul weather. So I'm sick and tired of this foul weather. Now, luckily through February and January, for the most part, it's been kind of sunny and cold and dry, but it has been a little bit foul as of late. So I'm sick and tired of this foul weather. So I've had enough. Don't want any more. Sick and tired of something. Okay. The next one is ups and downs. Ups and downs. So as it sounds, ups and downs. Good points, bad points. High points, low points. So ups and downs. So everything has something good about something, and also there could be negative things about things as well. So like life. Life is full of ups and downs. There are highs and lows, good points and bad points. Very practical and useful expression to use. Ups and downs of something. Ups and downs of your job, ups and downs of your life, ups and downs of your school. Many possibilities there. Next up is going to be do's and don'ts for number 3. Number 3 is do's and don'ts. The do means it's a good thing to do. Don't, well, try not to. Avoid it if you can. It's the do's and don'ts of something. What to do and what not to do, especially when giving advice or in a guideline or a handbook, the do's and don'ts of something. So as an example sentence here, here are some do's and don'ts for studying effectively. Here are some do's and don'ts for studying effectively. So a do in this situation would be spend time every day, even a short time, is very, very useful to study English, improve your English. Don't fall asleep in class. That's probably one of the biggest don'ts. So the do's and don'ts of something. What you should do, the good points, not so much good points. What you should do, and don'ts is what you should not do to avoid. All right, everyone? Next up is going to be on and off. On and off. Now, I've had on here, this pronunciation. As an American, O-N, I pronounce as on, not on. Now, in England, it may go a little bit on the on side, but as an American, on. So be careful, don't get confused with on, O-N, with an, A-N. Okay, on and off. This expression means that things are not done consistently or regularly. Sometimes you're doing it, or it's being done. Sometimes you're not doing it. It's not continuous or constant. So a good expression here is for rain. So it's not raining continuously throughout the day, but it rains and stops. It rains and it stops. So in that situation, it's been raining on and off all day. It's been raining on and off all day. Okay, and pay attention. Be careful on the pronunciation. Like we do say on, which could be spoken that way in England. I can't say it's a mistake. But as an American, I'm going to say on and off. It's been raining on and off. Next is pros and cons. Pros and cons. Pro is something that you're for, support the good things, and cons are the things that you don't support and the negative things. So the pros and cons. Also, it could be the good points and bad points of something. The the pros and cons. As an example sentence, there are pros and cons to changing careers. Now, the good points about changing your career, you may find a better job. And a con, in that case, a negative point to changing careers, you may struggle in the beginning. So pros and cons, the good points and bad points, pros and cons for everything. So the pros and cons of living in Japan, or the pros and cons of having English to use communicatively. So the pros and cons. Number 6, I'd like to go with peace and quiet. Now that makes it strong as well. You have peace, peaceful peace, and quiet. Put them together and it strengthens it. It emphasizes the point where you really want a calm situation, peace and quiet. As an example sentence, I like some peace and quiet after a long day. After a long day working or a long day in school, studying hard, peace and quiet. Just relax, chill out, peace and quiet. It's very good for the mind and body, peace and quiet. And it brings me to number 7, which is give and take. Give and take, which you give and you take. So it's important. You can't be just a giver and you can't be just a taker. You got to find the right balance there. So example here is a sentence. Give and take is necessary in any relationship, especially a romantic relationship. So give and take is necessary in any relationship. Know when to give and know when to take, and try to find the right balance for both. Give and take. Okay, everyone, number 8 is now and then. Now and then, which basically means sometimes. So I like to go to a hot spring now and then. Not every week, not every month, maybe a couple times or 3 or 4 or 5 times a year, now and then. But not regularly and not often. So now and then. Very good expression there to use as well, now and then. Number 9, gotta watch my pronunciation. Number 9 is on and on. Now I had on and off, like it's been raining on and off. This case is not the off, just on and on. So what it means is this means continuously, on and on, without stopping, without pausing, with maybe never ending. It could be quite frustrating. So, for example, in a sentence here, he went on and on with his griping for an hour. I gave you the word here, griping as well, gripe, which means to complain, especially when you're complaining incessantly, constantly. So he went on with his griping, he went on and on with his griping for an hour. Very good expression, something that continues on and on. Now, it doesn't mean it's not necessarily it's negative only, but it does have a little negative connotation to it. So on and on, without stopping or pausing. You could get tired, and you may get sick and tired of hearing that griping for over an hour. And that brings me to my last one. What I want to do is thick and thin. Thick and thin. The words themselves, thick is like this, like a thick book, and thin is like this, like a thin book. Thick and thin. Now, thick and thin here means good times, bad times, troubles, no troubles or problems. So thick and thin. As an example sentence, she stayed with me through thick and thin. Through is all very good there. So she stayed with me through thick and thin. When things were going well, she was with me. When things were going bad, she was with me. So to stay with somebody through thick and thin in all situations, very dependable and reliable, is very trustworthy and loyal friend, very important to find and have. So through thick and thin. Okay, everybody, just want to recap these one more time and have you with the pronunciation. The first one again, sick and tired. Why don't you try? Sick and tired. Number 2, ups and downs. Ups and downs. Now, I should say too that you probably can catch it as I say these phrases. My and cuts off the D pretty much, and pretty just an N sound in between them. So ups and downs, sick and tired. You can't really hear the A nor the D, so just an N sound between them. That's the most natural way for native speakers to use. And try to copy the same. So sick and tired. Ups and downs. Number 3, do's and don'ts. Number 4, on and off. Number 5, pros and cons. Number 6, peace and quiet. Number 7, give and take. Number 8, now and then. Number 9, on and on. And lastly, very importantly, is the THs are in here. Thick and thin. Thick and thin. Be careful on that proper TH at the beginning of both of those words. Thick, thin. Had the TH previously. Hope you watched it. If you didn't, I recommend it. Thick and thin. Thick and thin. Okay, everybody? Try to practice these two-word phrases, two-part phrases. Try to use these. They're very useful. They're used quite often by native speakers and not native speakers. Very good expressions to use. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I have one more segment coming up on the same style, but this time, instead of and, I have an or between. There's also some good two-word phrases with or in the middle. That's coming soon. So thanks again for watching, and thanks for being here, liking, subscribing, and any comments you have. We'll be back here again soon. Until then, have a great day.